and the Galada baboon and the red fox. Trekking through the steep mountains and valleys and the peaks was indeed an amazing experience of serenity and tranquility. The beauty of the chains of the mountains and the gorges and the valleys was indeed something that defined my life as a person. Looking, those of you who might have gone to the Sendai Mountains, I believe you would corroborate what I'm saying. Looking out across the mountain ranges and peaks, the ridges and the valleys, an endless horizon, isn't it an amazing life experience? I remember once when I was in Los Angeles many years back, I partnered with one of Stevie Wonder's radio station. It's called KGLH 102.3, I'll never forget that. It's a morning show and I have to work closely with him so that those who grew up appreciating the canyon and the ravines in the United States must be able to get a chance also to come and witness what we have here in this part of the world. Luckily, there were about 80 Angelinos, African Americans, everybody joined that group. They came to Ethiopia and they went all the way to the Summit Mountains. They couldn't believe what they saw. I will never forget one of the visitors told me that, I wish I knew ahead of time, because this is indeed a perfect area for Hollywood films. And he added saying that how on earth they choose somewhere else to shoot the film called The Lord of the Rings, rather than coming and, taking the Semin Mountains as the backdrop of the film. And then later on, one of a former American president, he wanted to come and visit Egypt. I know he's going to see a Lalibela, no question about it, and the accent, obviously, no question about it. But he was very much adamant that he picked the Semin Mountains. This is former President George W. Bush. And I didn't go with him, but I had to receive him because I was State Minister for Foreign Affairs and Director General for the Americas. I don't remember that. But he came with the entire family, with his wife and his two daughters. And he had to stay in the Semin Mountains, surrounded by the Galada Mountains. I'm looking at the water effects and the effects. He dared to do that. He came with his friends. When I had to see him over there, Bali Airport, and he gave us, particularly for Ethiopia, tons of admiration. And he was admiring the strength and the perseverance of the community to preserve this natural resource. I believe this is one of the icons that he has kept in his library, presidential library, in, I believe maybe in Dallas. One important, probably, when I was young, I was a part of the university volunteers. And surprisingly, I was assigned in a very small town in Bali, a place called Washa, just on the gate of the Bali Mountains. I've never been there, since there. Damn me, and probably I might be lousy. So, in that place, I saw the commitment of the community, the Bali community. They were very much deep into the Arana sanctuary. Amazing. Back in, I believe this is in 1975 or 76. European calendar. I was able to witness as a young man how nature and society live side by side. I have this beautiful old Grunding radio, which back in those days very difficult to get reception. And from the small washer around Niradaba, I had to climb a little bit higher in order to get good reception and listen to Radio Monte Carlo. I'll never forget that moment where the first time that I heard Barry White's song, Can't Get Enough of You. That has stuck, with me for many years. And remembering how when people are very much committed, could unleash their potential in order to preserve nature. And that's the place where I witnessed that people and a natural habitat live in harmony. Let me take this moment to thank the guardians of our natural heritage, our people, communities that live near parks in all parts of Ethiopia. They are the ones who should take the primary credit in the process of conserving our natural heritage, as well as turning it into economic gains. I also wish to pay tribute to our scientific and research community that had kept on their hard work in discovering and promoting the wonders of Ethiopia. May I also seize this moment to thank our partners that stood with us through the years and provide the support we needed. This includes UNESCO and also, which I believe at one point have closely worked with them, the International Union for the Conservation of Nature, and partner countries and non-governmental organizations. May I also invite you to stay the course with us and enjoy the journey of discovering more about the peaks and valleys of Ethiopia and the amazing source of our natural habitats, and make us a unique and a wonder of the world again. And thank you very much.